Hello, everyone.
What's going
We're
on?
all here. We finally made it. We
Finally
finally
made
made
What's
it.
up, guys?
I've been waiting on you
And
guys
all.
for months. What's up, gentlemen?
Hello, gentlemen.
I got bags under my eyes. But yeah, we're here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the live.
It's
Long
awesome.
day.
How
It's
do you
good to
think
see
the
you
people
guys.
in the audience feel?
Yeah,
I hope everyone in the audience is feeling pretty good. I
yeah.
hope so.
It's something definitely going around across, the world here. I mean, everyone's getting sick, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
well, we're all here now. So we got Randall, we got Bob, we got you, we got me. We also got a guest who's going to join us shortly. He's a close supporter of the project, a good friend of ours. So he's going to tag along and ask some questions and just spitball with us. So yeah, Prysm, we're finally at testnet. Thank you, Bob.
thank you, Bob.
Yes, thank you, Bob.
Yes. Thank you, Bob.
Absolutely.
Great
I'll bring up
job,
the dashboard now.
Like we couldn't have done
Yeah.
it without you. Like literally couldn't have done it
Yeah.
without you. But appreciate you, man.
Literally.
But not just you. Obviously, the senior developer. All hands on deck all the time, 24/7. You never sleep, buddy. But it's not just that, but it's just the stuff that okay, yeah, you got testnet, but it's what type of blockchain you're building, man. It's amazing. I get excited the more I look into it and just the potential. So we're going to talk about that stuff, right? So I'm glad everybody's here as well because I know there's a lot of questions.
Yeah, no doubt, Kryptonian. I think you bring up a really good point about kind of educating people here because this isn't like what people are used to. What
Yeah.
Bob's created, what we're bringing to the table here. Like you saw in that intro, you see the best of both worlds. You see the IBC and the EVM, and most people aren't used to that in this space, at least that I've encountered.
Yeah.
So I think we're bringing something really special.
Yep. Yeah. I'm getting asked all the time. What's the big deal about IBC? I'm like,
Yeah.
It's the future, and
Yeah, it
EVM
is the
is
future.
just IBC is the television, EVM's the radio. Like you still have the radio for a while. That's what we're doing.
And it's like an AM
There's
radio.
still people listening to the radio, so keep that
I had
door
somebody
open.
explain it to me. They said, look, if you go to an international airport and you see U.S. English is kind of the global standard for all international airports because you come from different countries, different walks of life. But somebody there speaks English. Someone's going to be able to talk to if you speak English, no matter where you go in the world. So IBC is basically the standard. Like if English is a global standard, IBC is the standard for all blockchains that need to talk. So these chains get to talk interchangeably, which is beautiful because it obviously, guys, it eliminates the need for a bridge, which we know bridges hacks, unreliable. They're not scalable. So it definitely removes the failure points. More the risk of failing points. So it just that alone right there is that's the future. I love it.
Yeah, you're taking out that middleman, right? You're
Absolutely.
removing that middleman.
Absolutely.
What do you love about IBC, Bob? What do you hate about EVM?
Yeah.
How much time do you have?
Everything.
He's gonna show us pictures and stuff. I mean, I had no idea what IBC was until I met Bob and we started working on this stuff and man, it's a whole new world, right? It is literally the last frontier. I think this is where everything's going, and we're going to talk about that. So what do you got up there right now, T-Cell? That looks very exciting and pretty to look at. What are we looking at?
Well, this is our dashboard. So there's still a lot of things that we need to do. Obviously, this is what we keep calling a grassroots blockchain that's built by our passion and not by your pockets. There hasn't been millions spent. There hasn't even been 10,000 spent. So, but we're in talks with. We've obviously we can talk about the Babylon integration shortly, but we've been talking and meeting with other chains and other teams and stuff like that, and we've also got another few applications in today for the validators. So again, that's something I'll show. What the kind of thing we're asking for, so people can kind of see the level of you need to know what you're doing type of thing. So but yeah, we've got Bob here, so he's going to answer all the technical questions, obviously. But what would you say about IBC, Bob? Over EVM.
Well, I would just you can't really put the two right? So
No,
EVM
no.
is your virtual machine, IBC is your communication layer.
Yeah.
What I would say about IBC is it's the most secure way of cross-chain communication and the most decentralized. Like,
Yeah, it's decentralized,
there-
it's permissionless, it's trustless. I mean that alone, right, Bob? I mean, I like how you said that though. It's the translation layer, the communication layer, where EVM's the virtual PC. I mean, being in IT or and dealing with servers, that says a lot. I mean, hopefully you guys can grasp that. I mean, you can't have one without the other. And in fact, EVM it absolutely needs, or the virtual PCs need, IBC essentially, or they will. So you're talking about some of the people that we've been talking to. We've had a few meetings in the last few weeks, guys. Right? I mean, it's been pretty exciting. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to get into. Obviously, we're not going to be dropping a lot of information, anything like that, other than just to say that those that we've been actually talking with, I mean, these are movers and shakers. I think in this space. We're not building a D app, guys. This is. I really feel like I'm. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed by just how large. I wouldn't say the space is, but just how large the opportunity is, and I feel absolutely blessed to be a part of this project. I mean, I'm just like I said.
Well, talking about partnerships and kind of sitting down with people. Obviously, this is about us. Our testnet is linked with Babylon Chain.
There it is.
The little article we put out last night explaining. Obviously, there you go. You can see it live. You can see it live there. That's Prysm linking with Babylon now, so that's like integrated. This is the exciting thing. This is like
Super
actual
exciting.
integrations and partnerships and stuff, not just sharing logos and stuff. So then we also spoke to Jackal as well, didn't we? We had a little sit down with them and knocked on their door and said hello and asked for a cup of sugar. And so we're talking with them.
That's a good way to put it. Good way
Yeah,
to
I
put it.
remember you said that.
Yeah, just showed our faces like we're the new kids on the block. So yeah, and then obviously we've got a few more things done, and the next thing that we want to kind of get boxed off is obviously all the ARM investors. We want to get that kind of done and out of the way, so we know what LP we've got to move over. Then we're going to move to, I think we're going to go coin list, aren't we, Bob, for like an ICO?
yeah, I mean that's the plan. Either that or just a good old fashioned initial DEX listing through osmosis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right on.
And then I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see where we're at. And then
now, this Bitcoin staking, man. Explain to them why this is exciting for us.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up as well, Randall. And the cool thing about the Bitcoin staking is you never lose custody of your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So when you stake your Bitcoin, it stays where it should be in your wallet, in your hands. You're not giving it up to a third party that, oh, well, they could just disappear with your Bitcoin, right? So that's what's really exciting for me.
yeah. Bob,
What I love about IBC is the ability to mint on one chain, right, and stake on another, right, and just move that over. And you're like you said, you're not losing the custody. It's amazing. I mean, without a bridge, and I hate bridges. I mean, that's really always been the.
I've never been a fan.
Yeah.
Never been a fan.
And being in the whole, I guess EVM or just in the degen plays, you're kind of forced to do it in most cases, but you get kind of used to it. When you realize you don't have to, it really changes the game. So
Sure. One of the things too we're talking about the partnerships and people that we've been talking to, and being behind the closed doors and being in those meetings. What's really touched me and what's really made an impact on me is when, like TCL said, we're the new guy on the block, right? Hey, we're fresh, built this layer 0, but they're actually excited and interesting as to what we're bringing to the table. To me, that's kind of hit home the most. That's really it's just kind of blown me away.
Yeah,
you're right. A good example of showing you is if I show you here. I mean, we joined all these chains on Babylon. So I mean, at the moment, obviously we're self-funded. We don't have any kind of external funding apart from we had a investment from Hive Chain that's going to utilize our chain. But these guys are all going to look and who's that? Who's joined? Who's joined the party? So it's going to be a little bit of word of mouth as well and stuff. And obviously, as money comes in later down the line, then we can look at the traditional marketing and stuff. But there's going to be a lot of exposure just by turning up and saying hello.
And I like what you said there, TCO. We're not using investor money to do this.
It's built from our passion.
Our passion, our own pockets.
Not your pockets.
That's right, guys. There will be no.
But we will be selling nodes for $100,000.
Yeah.
Kidding.
We'll be selling NFTs, and you got the KYC at least 5 times. No, we're not doing any of that.
We're selling nodes, light nodes, and mini nodes.
There you go.
Yeah. Just to let you know, just so you can kind of be aware, because obviously we're in a different area than where most of our viewers and our community have been previously. Correct. This integration with Babylon cost $0. They're actually running infrastructure to connect us to Bitcoin. They did that. We appreciate them doing that. It didn't cost anything. It didn't cost 100,000. Didn't cost $1 million. And
but what
that's
we would
generally the
ask
feeling we're getting from that environment.
Yeah, but what we would ask if you guys go over and support Babylon.
Yeah,
go over, check
go and
them
take
out.
a look. Go and check out their Discord and stuff.
Yeah.
Any of these really just get into this area.
Exactly. It's going to open your eyes to a whole new world in crypto.
Oh yeah, guys.
And blockchain.
Bob, are you able to just give us a quick overview of obviously the like they said, the Bitcoin staking and obviously the shortened unbonding period, the benefits of Babylon and stuff? Because you like Babylon, don't you, Bob? So.
All right. So in proof of stake, one of the biggest things is you have to lock up your coins for X amount of time. 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. Usually it's like 14 days, 21 days. And with Babylon, it allows the unstaking process to go down to as little as like an hour or two. So you could stake and then immediately unstake if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like an hour or two later.
Nice.
And you could also then use Bitcoin instead, because that's also the other thing is now we can use Bitcoin staked to secure our chain. Because in proof of stake, you have to stake the native coin.
Yeah.
It goes to a validator. That's where they get their voting power from. This introduces the ability to stake Bitcoin. It stays on the Bitcoin chain. It stays in your account, your wallet. You maintain custody of it, but now those coins are now securing our chain and all those other chains as well.
Yeah.
So it also protects the chain, because if the malicious actor who is staking Bitcoin attempts to double sign or vote multiple times, that Bitcoin also then becomes slashable. So you put up 1 Bitcoin, you act malicious, you get 1% of that Bitcoin slashed.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you got to play nice, and you got to play by the rules. That's amazing. You guys know I'm a Bitcoin maxi. That's my biggest bag of all crypto I hold.
Get it staked.
We know.
You know what? Yeah.
Get it on testnet.
Hell
Get it
yeah.
on testnet.
All right. Well, it looks like it's already doable, right, guys? So let's definitely talk backstage, right? No, but I love that. 'Cause I hate having to go and swap my Bitcoin because it costs to do that, right? And I have to, but if I can just straight from my wallet, I love that. I still hold custody of those things. And so, Bob, you said down to an hour. I mean, we're not. You can release the time frame on the staking, right? And that's up to the chain, right? Obviously, that does. They can write that into the code essentially, right? Is that what you mean? It's up to them.
Yes. Well, you can set it at like whatever you want technically, but that's sort of been the issue with proof of stake, is that you could have double signing, or you could have people, using those coins to allocate to like a malicious validator to process like fraudulent transactions. So that's why you have like what's called a trust period, where you have X amount of time that needs to pass before those coins become liquid again.
Okay.
With using now Bitcoin as well. So both chains need to match with each other. So the timestamps on Bitcoin need to match the timestamps on Prysm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense. That's sick, man.
So it essentially lowers the bonding time down to whatever, really, a couple of hours, and it still maintains the same level of security, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Bob?
security. Because I do not like to just give my Bitcoin to anybody. You know, I mean, it's taken me a while to acquire it. You know, and I mean, I'll throw some BNB around BUSD like it's water. I mean, not that it's not, but you know what I mean. It's just, but Bitcoin is it's my baby. You know, I say this. You know, Bitcoin is supposed to be my last frontier and final frontier in crypto. No, Prysm will be that. Or PSM or PSYM, whatever. But yeah, I love this stuff. This is going to be so fun. It's going to be fun. I finally get to do something with my Bitcoin in a secure way. You know,
Yeah, you could IBC that Bitcoin over to another chain if you wanted to as well. So it's native Bitcoin. It's not like a wrapped version where you bridge into a multi-sig, then get issued wrapped Bitcoin or whatever derivative from that chain. It's Bitcoin that goes from
native.
Bitcoin address to another Bitcoin address. You can stake it, you can trade it, you can IBC it to Osmosis, you can IBC it back to Prysm, you can IBC it to whatever other chains that have IBC. You could use it, send it to any other Bitcoin address that you want. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Damn. It's gonna be a fun year, guys. It's gonna be a fun year.
Well, we have our friend of the project, investor in ARM, Chris has joined, so we'll bring Chris on.
And I'll tell you something about this guy here. What's going on? If you want to bring him up, Mr. Chris Cruz.
Hello, Chris.
I thought I was the Bitcoin daddy. Now this is the Bitcoin granddaddy right here. So you say the word Bitcoin, he likes to. Well, what's going on? But yeah, did you hear some of that talking about the staking of the Bitcoin there? You know, with IBC stuff, what Bob was just talking about.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic stuff. I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of Prysm.
Thank you.
It's one of those things that I would have to say that my feelings about DeFi have soured, and I come from the day trading stock market to Forex, that area for more than a decade. Then I get into a little bit of DeFi and I'm like, oh my Lord. But what I do see is that there's a whole bunch of people in the community that got some really decent projects with good ideas. And one of my favorite, and it might have to do with a couple of my buddies and stuff, but my favorite right now, and well, I'd have to say all the way through the last few months and everything, is Prysm. I'm a big fan of it. I like the guys. I like the way the information that comes out in the Discord and the things that they're talked about are things that I want to know about, and that's the thing. And it's not a whole lot of fluff, and you're going to get a bunch of nice stuffed animals if you do it, or you're going to get these trinkets and these treats and stuff like that. And it's like, no, we're building this. Regular people are building this for regular people, and that's what I like.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, Chris. Yeah, and you're right. It's just the dream side of this is we were tired of being sick and tired. That guy right there to I guess to my left, my right, or I guess TCL there, he was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Randall as well, and Bob's always been sick and tired, and that's why he's made the name for himself in the space, because he's feared. You know what I mean? And R as well.
Bob's my buddy now. Don't be mad. Don't be messing with him.
No, I'm saying. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with, right? I mean, he knows what the hell he's doing. And so we were very, very fortunate to I think land on the same mindset, and it just all worked out very well. So look, I don't even want to say the guy's name, but I won't say it. But you know who I'm talking about, the scammer, that gets the scammer of the year. But the silver lining for me and all that crap in the last year and a half, with the nodes and all that, is I got to meet these guys that you're looking at right now, Chris, and even yourself. And there's no way in the world I'd be able to be a part of something like this. I'd still be waiting for something to happen. But then I met guys that are actually making it happen. I love it. It's great. It's good stuff, man. But yeah, so talking about projects, right? So NR myself, we've got 2 projects that we're still. I mean, we're going to have more, of course, but 2 specifically that we want to exclusively, I would say, bring to Prysm. Is that fair to say there, NR? If you're there, buddy. And Just blink if you can hear me.
That profile picture doesn't go well with
Yeah.
not communicating either, does it? Looks
Yeah,
like
he's smiling, so I'm just gonna say he's smiling.
pamphlet,
That's a confirmation smile right there. He's like, yeah,
It
no,
is,
but
that's it.
you know, we have of course Property Flex. You know, you guys have heard us talk about that. We still have we're still working on Property Flex. We were just waiting on the appropriate chain. And then, of course, we talked about Eco Token. And guys, I've talked to you guys about in Discord about Eco Token. In fact, gentlemen, you know, Bob specifically, one of the validators that applied, he's from that project. So we should definitely. I want to talk about that particular that guy, or you know, that team, because he's waiting on us. He's waiting for a chain to jump on, you know, and he's excited. He's been watching the Discords. He wasn't heavily into crypto. He just knew about Bitcoin and you know, and whatever degens I played. But when I invited him to the crypto lead Discord, and when he became Prysm, and he bought him some ARM. He's just like, man, this is he caught the bug. Now he's got it. Now he's got the fever, and now he wants in. He goes, what can I do to be a part of this amazing project? I say, well, you know, remember, this is the guy that has a real world a business that he wants to bring to crypto, he's not minting just NFTs just to I don't know, just to sell them. He's actually got real contracts he wants to bring, but it's about security, because the type of contracts that he has are worth 20 million, 60 million, 100 million dollars. You know, and we're talking government contracts. I mean, school districts, franchise. It's crazy, just the opportunity there. So as we began to work on Prysm, and I began to release some information to him, like, hey, look, it's happening. We got testnet. Be on the ready, you know. And we talked about. I remember when Bob was showing me all the modules, you know, that Prysm is gonna. How is it? How many is it now, Bob? Like over 40 or so, right? You know,
50
yeah, right. Yeah, he was just like, what the hell? I was like, I know, right? So anyways, so he's excited, but most importantly, it comes down to the security. He sees it. He wants a piece of it. He wants to know what he can do to help us. So, and I like, so we got a project, guys, that I'm excited about. And I can't wait to bring it to Prysm. Yeah.
What do you got up there, TCL? Is that the Explorer? You want to show them how to swap and send some coins, and if they want to open up their own wallet?
Yeah. So I mean, if 1 second, hang on. Oops. I was on the yeah. So obviously, if you, let me go grab my address from Discord. 1 second. I'll go to
Simple Explorer, but it's nice. I mean, it's functional. It's easy to use.
so where is it now? General.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's because I've got After Effects open as well, and it's rendering something. So my PC's running
Always
working, slower than normal.
Always working, man.
Always working.
Don't you just love After
Effects?
Effects? Slick
It's
tool,
good.
man.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So yeah, so here's some of the Prysm addresses that have been submitted already by users. So if I go into my Kepler wallet, I can go down to collecting testnet coins for other chains. Go to Prysm, paste your Prysm
Right.
address.
So if you already have a testnet wallet with some testnet Prysm, you could go in there. Any of these addresses that you see right there, you can send Prysm back and forth to each other. Test it out. That'll really help us out a lot. The more you do that, the better it's going to perform. So.
Yeah. Need some traffic out there, guys.
Oh, just realized.
And if anybody knows how to
understand.
deploy a smart contract, you can use the dashboard right there. You can upload a Cosm Wasm smart contract straight from the dashboard. You could also, if you've ever deployed a EVM contract, you can open up VS Code, connect MetaMask, and deploy a Solidity contract as well if you wanted to on Prysm now.
You made that too easy, Bob.
Yeah. I just realized Kepler doesn't show when you're. It doesn't show on screen, does it, Kepler? So I can't even show Kepler.
Well, that's the security of it all, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just.
See, guys, we just showed you right there and then that it's secure because you can't see what he's trying to show you. No, but that's actually a good thing.
No, it is. Yeah. I'm just wondering if I'll just take this up and see if I can add something else. 1 second.
Because we know other guys have got caught, live streaming wallets online. So there you go.
Yeah. 1 second. That's not showing, is it? I'll leave that for a second while I figure out how I can show the Kepler wallet. But yeah. What we can move on to is obviously the ARM vesting and basically what you'll get for. Let me find it now. Is it in the announcements? It is in the announcements.
You know why? Well, he's looking for that. One of the things that you were talking about, Kryptonian, and what I was thinking is that Prism to me is like I was saying, regular people building it for regular people. And I think one of the really good things that I see with Prism and everything is that I feel that regular people have a chance at a successful crypto project without all the hype and the gimmicks and stuff like that. It's just legitimately giving regular people a chance at earning an income or investing in something that they can be proud of and something that can return value to them. I mean, that's the way I see Prism. And
well, I mean, I think
said.
we're all just tired. We're all just tired of that stuff,
Right.
And Bob comes from a place where that stuff doesn't fly, really, does it, Bob? It's it just doesn't work. Like, I haven't seen it anyway. Everyone's quite helpful, and everything's open source, and everyone's looking under your skirt, and it's all about the it's all about the code, But whereas on BSC and places like that, people are being deceitful and they're giving themselves titles that don't exist, and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's all about the code in Cosmos and open source GitHubs, and so it's completely different. I've managed to get my full screen on. I can sending some. I've just picked someone's wallet out of the testnet. So if I scroll down to my Prism, paste in this Prism address.
Guys, if you receive this Prism, go ahead and
I don't know whose that is. It was in the Discord.
Post in the comments, and I'll convert it for some Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to do that.
And we can send it. Do you want to send 5,000 Prism PSM? Yeah.
Boom.
It's gone. Done. There we go. So there's that, and I can also I want to claim some of these rewards. Oh, it's one key wallet. That's why. That's got the wrong wallet. Let me reconnect to that. I downloaded one key to get some testnet Bitcoin earlier today. And it's
that's what you told me to do the other day. I have not done that yet.
It looks like a good wallet, actually. Yeah. Bob recommended it. It looks like a really good wallet.
Was it test key?
One key.
Or one key.
One key. Yeah.
I have Leap. I have Kepler. He throws out wallets. I go and download them, and I'm checking them out. They're all pretty. They're all. I like them. They're all pretty slick. But there it is. Yeah. Leap. I have Kepler.
I used BitPay, but BitPay works fine.
BitPay. Yeah, BitPay. I have BitPay.
I've not used BitPay. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Let's get back to the announcement anyway. So this was the for ARM holders.
Here it is.
So obviously we want to get this boxed off as soon as possible. We're nearly there, so hold tight, or do whatever you want to do. But for those who do want to hold, so we're going to give you options basically, so you can choose what you want to do, whether you want to vest or if you don't want to vest. If you do want to vest, how long? If you don't, then you can go for option 1. You can just deposit, and you'll receive your same dollar value as ARM when you deposited, but you'll get 20% extra. And then the rest just kind of rolls on from there. Basically, you'll get a 50% bonus if you vest for 6 months, 65 for 8, 80 for 10. I think we might add another option, didn't some people were asking they wanted longer, didn't they? Did people want 24 months, did they? Some people were asking.
I know. Other people may have, but I was.
Yeah, I think you did as well, didn't you, Chris? You wanted longer. So yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm going to be in a spreadsheet anyway, so I might as well die in it. Pivot tables.
Whatever whatever you end up on as the longest, that'll be me.
Right, okay, that'll be me as well. But yeah, so we've got 6 options as it is at the moment. Obviously, for those of you that have qualified for an airdrop, and that you know who you are, you will have an option to, obviously, I think we'll, if you haven't got the airdrop, you can still go for that option. But if you have got it, then it'll be bundled in with the with that vesting schedule, so you can get like 150% bonus if you go for the 18. But it's entirely up to you. We've obviously come from a lot of people have been abused that follow us, so the choice is theirs and not being forced to do anything, you know, and therefore there won't be any reason for anyone to be upset or complain. So you can choose to.
And
Also,
guys, I posted the link to the Discord announcements, the Prysm Discord announcements channel. So I know it's a long link, but if you go to the Prysm Discord, if you're not a part of it, I'm sure you are. But go to the announcements. This is what he's pulling up here, guys, because I'm sure you're gonna be like, wait, what was number 2? What was number 3? It's right there, guys. It's right there.
Yeah, it's in the announcements.
Yeah.
I think you tweeted it as well, didn't you, Randall?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's going to be quite a lot of manual work behind this, so we have put. It will be limited to one EVM OX address to one Prysm address. So it would be greatly appreciated if you didn't try and deposit half of your bag for option 2 and half of your bag for option 6. And if you really need to do that, then you have to sort stuff out your end. Yeah. Don't make the spreadsheet more complicated for me. So, I don't know the addresses. I don't know if you want to. Yeah, what are you going to say?
No, I was going to say, and that just goes down to like, why don't we make it easy for you guys? I mean, well. Remember, crypto is this is all about decentralization. You are responsible for you. No one's coming to save you guys. So, you're your own bank. So this is a good opportunity for you to really understand what's happening with your wallets. I've got multiple bags, so I've got to do some work as well. So, but yeah, it's trust me, it's worth the work because you're gonna get a good understanding of what's happening in the process. So,
yeah. So. Obviously, ARM is our only LP at the moment, but we are looking at, obviously, if we do coin list or anything like that, we'll be able to generate some other liquidity money and seed money and stuff. So we can do various things. You wanted to do a few different pools on pairings on Osmosis, didn't you, Bob?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Well, a pool on Osmosis, or maybe 2 pools on Osmosis, and then possibly either one on Kajira.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
Another one on Secret Network. And IBC makes like all that fragmented liquidity on different pools, makes it really easy. Like it's not an issue because with IBC you could swap from Prysm to another chain with no issues. So you don't even have to bring those coins, that liquidity pool on your chain at all. You can tap into the liquidity from all these other different chains.
Oh wow, see.
Like on our dashboard right now, it has Atom, USDC, and Osmosis. Thing is, we don't have when you click swap, you'll see those coins pop up. We haven't finished making creating the IBC relay channels to those chains. But it's as simple as just clicking swap, and then you can tap into whichever liquidity pool you want to tap into, or if it needs to route getting some coins from one liquidity pool and some coins from another liquidity pool to complete your order, it'll do that as well.
Okay. Yeah. So now that's pretty much it, really, isn't it? It's the only thing that stands between us and flicking. There's a little bit of polishing to do, isn't there? A little bit of front end stuff, but the
there's
actual
some features that aren't fully there yet.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take. I mean, because it's a lot of work. So it's just little by little. Pretty much, we're chipping away at it.
Yep. Yeah, that's we're getting there though, and you just need to just hold on. Basically, that's really it. Or, it's far less than. I was thinking about the whole, Elon Musk when he went to Russia to buy a rocket, and he was like, "Why are they so much?" And he ended up just doing it himself. It's kind of like Prysm.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Minimum 3 million. What? But yeah. So
Your mic was on, bro. Your mic was on.
Oh, sorry.
That was funny.
but yeah, yeah. So that's the dashboard. Obviously, we're going to have governance. Will be obviously. I think this is something that Chris wanted to touch on as well as how we
Yeah,
obviously.
we got some questions, right? That after showing the flash and dash here, I'd like to get to some of the hard hitting questions. That Chris conjured up. Because he's like such an expert in this space.
Go
I was
on
joking.
then. Go on then, Chris. Test Bob's knowledge.
Yeah. I'll let you if you want, Chris. You're muted, Chris, if you want to unmute yourself. But you had some great questions. Ask away. Which if you want to ask one, two, all of them, it doesn't matter.
Well, since you were talking about governance just now,
Mm-hmm.
is that the way that I'm not that smart in crypto. So I mean, it basically the governance. How is Prism going to? I mean, what is the governance process going to be for Prism? Basically, I mean, what can you talk about it? I mean, like I said, I got like questions that I have, but it's basically I don't know for sure. So my thing is, yeah, like this is the question, but can you talk anything about governance? What's Prism's going to look like?
Well, it'll be proposals, won't it? And voting shares on it, Bob.
Yeah. So right now, anybody can go. You can install the Prysm command line, and you could just start putting up proposals right now on chain without. You don't have to ask anybody. You could just type up a proposal and throw it on chain, make your deposit, and have people just start voting on it. You get a yes vote, you get a no vote. You could abstain from voting. And then you also have the option of doing a no with veto. So if you feel like someone's being malicious or that they're just like spamming proposals, you could vote no with veto. If there's enough no with vetoes, then that means that their deposit gets slashed, it gets burnt. If it's yes, it passes, it goes into effect, whatever it is. If it's like a parameter change, like if we have inflation set at 10% and somebody wants to increase it to 20% or lower it to 5%, all they have to do is put in a governance proposal, make the deposit, type it up, say it's a parameter change, and just toss it on chain. If it passes, then once the vote ends, then that parameter change happens and the inflation changes.
Yeah. So it has to be voted on. But like you were saying, Bob, and anyone can put a proposal forward.
Yeah. Right now we don't have because since it's just testnet and testnet coins, we don't have the amount set for how much someone is going to need to deposit for it, or how long the vote is to last. Like it can be like 7 days. You get a period of 7 days or 3 days or whatever, and those are also parameters that people can vote on. Like if they want to increase the voting period or lower it, like all these parameters can be voted on and changed.
Yeah. See.
Now that's the next one that they brought up there is about security.
Yeah.
So what measures and protocols does Prism have in place to ensure security, integrity of the network, especially in light of evolving cyber threats? And to me, being a novice in the area, is security is important to me, but I'm not smart enough to understand what security I need.
Well, I mean, when it comes to IBC, to this day, it's never been exploited. So when we're talking about that part of the chain, it's battle tested. It's pretty secure and it speaks for itself. The rest of the chain, it's governed by the consensus. So you can think of the consensus as like that's the rules of the game. And whatever someone does from within those rules of the game, like it's legal. It's so
Yep.
You could pretty much do whatever you want from within that, from within those boundaries. And so, yeah, the consensus is everything when it comes to this chain. Like those are the rules and everybody has to abide by them. We as like team members or whoever built the chain, everybody is equal when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. It's all about the consensus. There's another one Chris had for you, Bob. Talking about scalability. Scalability, though,
Yeah,
Well,
that's my thing. Some of these, the way they're written and everything, but my focus is that I see Prism getting bigger. Okay, so you got to obviously you got a plan. You know what you're doing, obviously, but can you give any insight as to how how you're gonna the scalability of Prism, like how that's gonna work?
Well, as it is right now, well, the first part of that answer is, again, IBC.
Okay.
So IBC, since you get to tap into other chains, you get to scale with everybody else. You can have transactions take place like on osmosis using interchain accounts. So you can transact on other chains, but it's still happening on Prism, technically. You also have things like we have rollups that you could deploy. So you can deploy like a layer 2 on Prism if you want to have whatever application or whatever you want to do. And those transactions are technically happening off chain until they get submitted to Prism, and then the transaction settled on Prism. Prism, as it is right now, could handle upwards of like 100,000 transactions per second. So that's the scalability is not really an issue at the moment. If we do end up getting to that point where we have a ton of transactions coming in, which I mean it would take like a lot, like a ton of users. Like other chains have like upwards of 500,000 users, and they're handling that just as just fine. Like Celestia has 500,000 users, tons of transactions going in and out, and you can see how that's handling it.
Yeah.
And our chain is very similar in that, like to Celestia's.
Yeah.
So we're thinking we're safe to up to 500,000. We can start tipping over that, and then we're looking. Obviously, we've got some major growth, and of course, as the team, we'll look at that. We'll see that. We'll be able to hedge against that. We're not just going to let it happen overnight. It's going to be on purpose, and we'll scale up, of course.
Can I ask a follow up on that? So you saying 500,000 users? Is that like 500,000 users per day, or like per minute, or set? I don't know what that means.
They've had 500,000 users for the last week. I'm not sure of the number of transactions or the types of transactions they've had, but I mean they've blown up. I mean, they have a ton going on right now, and a ton of transactions, tons of different dexes and liquidity pools, a lot of IBC transactions going to other chains. Okay. And we're built on a similar tech stack, right? So they're built using the Cosmos SDK. We also built using the Cosmos SDK. They also built certain parts of their chain using the Optimism tech stack. We also use the Optimism tech stack as well, so that we could incorporate that whole like layer 2 aspect, so that people can deploy rollups, permissionless if they see fit. That if somebody feels like they need a layer 2 chain for whatever reason, it's a few commands on the Prism command line, and they can just start deploying their chain and start running.
Nice.
That's how easy it is. It's a developer's playground. That's what we're going for. Essentially.
Hey, T-Cell, can you check the private chat? There's a question. I don't know if we can possibly show this. My browser won't allow me to, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah,
I can do. I can do that if you want me to do that.
Yeah. So the question is, everybody, like, what are you talking about? So we've had some questions. Well, how do I import Prism into a wallet? So I know that Bob came up with this. I mean, it's a one-click wonder here. You just click, boom, it drops. At least with the Kepler extension, right? But you can go to our website, prismchain.io. If you go to the drop-down link, and I believe it's integrations. There's a link. It does it for you. But he's going to show that to you guys. There it is, apps.
So I was actually going to say I wanted to change the font on this. I was going to ask Bob for the front end file. So this is a little tool that Bob's kind of nicely put out for basically to add our chain directly into Kepler, because at the moment, if you want to be in capital, it's quite a pricey sum, isn't it? It's so a lot of change. A lot of chains are doing this, aren't they? At the moment, kind of like side loading like this. So yeah, you just click this. Obviously, I've already got this added, but as long as you've downloaded your Kepler wallet,
download it, create a wallet, and then of course
create a wallet, and then go and integrate. Click Add Prysm Chain, and then you'll see it in your. If you go to Manage Chain Visibility, you'll see it in. You can scroll down. You can see these ones.
I saw it. You passed it. You passed it.
No, it'll be in P for Prysm.
Yeah, I thought I saw it.
Was it? Oh, is it up at the top because it's ticked? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, but
There
it would
it
obviously be down in the P's. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, it'd be there. It'd be unticked. And you'd tick it, hit save, and then back in your wallet, you'll be.
Boom! It's that simple.
My PC's struggling with this now. But yeah, it's in there. It's in there. And then if you go in the Discord for now, I think we're working on we've just been giving out, because obviously people just have a little bit of a play. And then I fire off like 100 transactions now and then, just giving coins to people. But obviously people have a play. There's nothing really, they just want to see how fast it is and stuff. So we're just giving coins to people at the moment. So if you go into the Discord and you can come and ask us, we might have a faucet fairly soon. But if you go down to testnet, there's a coin request under the development section. You just post your address and coin request, and we just send you the coins.
Yep. Thanks, Zima. She's actually just said what she's actually just posted that. Yeah, you just can go to the testnet, ask an admin, and post your address there. Thanks, Zima. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, no, you don't post it here. You post it there. In the, Zima, could you tell him to post it in the Discord?
Is that in the comments? Is it that?
Yeah, that's in the comments. Maybe you can send something for him really quickly there.
I can do it now. I can do it now.
Let's do it. You looked out. You looked out, digital whales.
We'll do it live on air. 1 second. I need to get the comments from YouTube. 1 second, because it won't let me copy it from StreamYard. 2 seconds. So, guys,
we have a question from Ty and G while you're doing that. Did you need that address up there still?
No, sorry, it's okay. I can get it from the YouTube studio.
I did want to go back to that the question that was asking about what security measures are in place.
Yeah, we can go back.
Because I wanted to mention that's up to. Okay, so I just wanted to add that security is also with the users, so it's up to the users of the protocol or people staking. So like if everybody's staking with one validator, that validator accumulates say like 70% of the voting power, which means 70% of the coin staked, and they happen to turn malicious, then they can start, tossing in fraudulent transactions, or if they want to throw something up on chain, whatever that proposal is, if that proposal is to take 100% of the community pool, they can do it. So it's up to the users to stake, be conscious of where they're staking, who they're staking with, and decentralize the chain. So the decentralizing aspect and the security aspect also lies with, everybody sort of shares that as well.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's a good point, Bob. That we can only do so much as the front end here. Really, ultimately, well, in the back end, but ultimately, responsibility relies with you. You made a good point, Bob. You have to ensure who you're staking with, right? So, and that's just going to come from you. You can't just be popping into the Discord every 6 months, going, "Hey, I want to stake." You got to stay active in the community. There's going to be updates. There's going to be announcements. There's going to be things to read and to look into as we start building this thing out. So, but it's up to you guys if you want to jump in this. You've got to make sure. No, we can't hold your hand, and I know that sounds bad, but we really can't. This is.
Yeah, you have to be you have to be in the game, and you have to be conscious. Like you have to know, how your validator's voting on certain proposals. You may not agree with a lot of how they're the way they're voting. So you have to get active, or you have to
get involved, maintain
participation. Yeah.
So that's a good follow-up question, Bob. What are some good points and tips? Because this is your world, man. We invaded your world, right? I've got mine. I'm off chain. You're on chain. How does someone? What are some pro tips? Give me 5 if you can, 2, whatever it is. How does someone stay active? What are some things that you do and have been doing that keep you active? And I don't mean building blockchains, but it's speaking to someone that's just new to this stuff and they want to get active, but they don't know where to start. What are some good things to do, if you don't mind me asking? And I'm sure you've got some great tips. Hello,
Bob.
Bob. That was a question for you, Bob. I'm sorry.
Now hear me?
Yeah. Did
All right,
you hear my
so
question,
first
Bob? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be like paying attention to the uptime, right? So if you were to go to like the dashboard again and you were to click on the uptime section, you'd see like those green little boxes, or they'll be like red boxes for missed blocks, green boxes for blocks that were signed and added. So one of the things would be to like go to the Explorer, check on that on the uptime. Right now you only see one validator, which is ours. It's been easier to make changes. That's why we only have one. But
Yeah.
when there's a bunch of them, you'll see some are missing, some aren't signing. You'll see just like a bunch of red little ticks for certain ones. So
And I think we've all seen that, right? If you've actually gone to Explorers, I mean, now you know what you're looking at. All right, cool. I actually put that tip up there, Bob. So tip number 1, guys, Bob's saying this is the guy that actually, this is what he does for a living. So this is his world. This is what he does. He goes straight to the Explorer and he looks at uptime, guys. So that's a damn good tip. So thanks for that, Bob. You got anything else for us? Hope you do, because I'm writing them down.
Governance is another one, seeing how a validator votes. So blockchains tend to get political at times, and disagreements start happening, and people start getting into like their own little factions. So paying attention to sort of how like these little cliques may start forming. Validators may start taking their own self-interest in mind, and users that don't really align with the users. So it's really staying on top of like that aspect. Like if you don't plan on running a validator, you need to be conscious of how this validator first off is running, because every missed block means less money for you. So they could have the same like 5% commission as like another validator has 5% commission, same inflation rate. So you should technically be earning the exact same thing. But a validator who's missing half their blocks is going to give you a lot less than a validator who's signing every single block. So from a financial aspect, it helps you as a user who is staking to see that your validator is signing and they're not missing any blocks and they're not going down, especially because if they do go down and they get jailed, that means that you get slashed as a staker. So you can get slashed 0.1%. Or if they turn malicious, they can get slashed 10% or 20%, which means you lose 10% of your stake if they decide to start double signing or throwing in fraudulent transactions. So you have to be conscious of how your validator is behaving pretty much.
That's tip number 2, guys. Pro tip number 2, governance. Vet the votes, right? But in order to get to figure out what's happening with the votes, I mean, you got to go check the uptime on the Explorer. Is that going to be one of the first clues? Like, you got some red ticks here. Like, there's something going on here. What the hell's going on, right? Is that kind of one of the first signs, Bob, that you're like, okay, cool. All right, man. That's awesome.
You'd want to ask your validator what they're doing in regards to key management.
Key management?
And yeah, like how is it that they're signing? Are they remote signing, or are they just direct signing where they just have a server that they're renting somewhere and their keys are on that server and that's how they're signing? Because sometimes it gets a little where they're signing and they're not missing any blocks, but they may not be very security conscious where they're not using remote signers. So their key could be exposed. It could be swiped.
Yeah.
So knowing their setup and just being, conversating with your validator and just keeping up with them pretty much, and asking what kind of hardware they're using and like just their setup, maintaining a relationship with them, talking to the other validators as well.
Nice. That's good. That's good stuff.
Because you're delegating all the security. You're delegating it to to these guys. So a validator is, they're the ones who are in charge of securing the chain, and
Right.
the users can
So
decide to stake with
you're
them.
literally I mean, you're a staker, right? So you have the right, the power, right, to audit these guys, ask the questions, and if they're not getting if you're not getting them answered, we got a problem, right, Bob? Like if they're non-responsive, they're just pushing me off the side, and they got multiple people coming at them, and then we got a problem here. But that's number 3, guys. Pro tip number 3: ask the validators on the key management. What are they doing to manage their keys? Which obviously keys to the server, right? Which are super important, right? Cool. What else you got for us, Bob? And I'm sure you got 1,000 things, but the 3 that you've given, I think, to the community is amazing. I think you just literally brought everybody from the 1st grade to the 5th grade with those 3 points right there. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Bob, I want to say, as a complete idiot when it comes to crypto, I am actually starting to understand things that you're saying. I'm like, wait, I know what he's talking about. so I appreciate that, Bob.
And NR says that you can also tip Bob on his OnlyFans. If you like these pro tips, tip him back on his OnlyFans. I'm gonna put his link. I'm just joking, Bob. That's NR messing with you, bro. What, you got another tip for us, Bob? And I'm only going to ask you for 5 if you can give me 5. We'll be here all night, man. I know you can talk shop all night, man. So, and I know you got work to do.
I'd say keep an eye on the parameters of the chain. So inflation can change. You may miss a vote, or you may be away for a few weeks. Maybe a vote goes in where someone says, hey, I want inflation to be at 50% for whatever reason. That vote changes, and the parameter changes, and so now you have insane inflation, right? So you want to keep an eye on the parameters, as well as like the community pools, right? Make sure people aren't like pilfering the community pool. People aren't putting in spammy proposals or just trying to get their hands on that community pool.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, that's pretty much what comes to mind right now.
No, that's it. This is only going to beg the question. So many other things. People are going to be like, okay. That's great stuff. But so guys, I'm going to take these tips here that he's given us. This is gold, because this could be right, Bob. This can apply to any project you're on. I mean, this could make you a safe participator in crypto, right? I mean, you just these tips that you gave, right? It's not exclusive to Prysm. So, guys, he just gave you guys free education, which helped him to become a leader in the space. So, we're going to capture these guys, and we're going to put them out there, and we're going to put them in the Discord. And these are going to be principles that we live by. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to post these up. These are things that I'm going to be doing on the daily. You guys know I have 6 principles I live by when it comes to off-chain. Well, these are going to be 4 that he's given me for on-chain. Thank you for that, Bob. And I think many others out there have just learned something. Chris, in fact, learned something, which, and Chris doesn't lie. So appreciate that, Chris. It's good stuff, man.
I learned a lot from Bob.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was on there. I was just quickly going to show you something, because obviously we were talking about the governance before, and obviously, like Bob said, anyone can do that now if they want. If we can do it through command line. But if we go over to Jura, which is one of the chains that I like and Bob likes as well, we can actually have a look at some of their proposals. So you can kind of see how it works, Chris. So some of them are like upgrades and stuff like that, and changes to the network. Like Bob was saying, if you wanted to change inflation and stuff, you have to write up a proposal. So we can just view one of these. That's the code, obviously. Voted. And that's exactly how it kind of works, basically.
Yep. You can post that link in the comments there, TCL, at least to that chain. People are going to be like, which one was it? Yeah, post it. It's good stuff, guys. And
they've got a nice dashboard as well. So
yeah, I like it. I like ours. I like ours. I mean, I know you're saying ours is just it's you guys spend a lot of time on it. It's slick. It's clean. It's pleasing to the eyes, and it's and it works. It freaking works. I love it when it works, man. At the end of the day, I'm just a man of action and execution. I just want it to work. And that's why I have an iPhone.
Yeah.
I had to, bro. I had to, bro.
Oh, let's not go there, man. Let's not go there.
I know. And I've already admitted you guys have some badass phone, the folds. I mean, damn, I have a Droid too. I just don't have the fold.
Yeah.
I would break it. I know I would. I would drop it. I'd be upset.
It's a wonderful phone. It's a wonderful phone. But yeah, so that's our dashboard. I was just staking. I just put another 100 coins in the validator, and obviously some people did ask. I'll say it now. The rewards that build up from you staking in the validator on testnet, obviously, and this will if you delegate more coins to the validator, if you decide to give more and stake more, it will claim your rewards as well. So some people were saying in the beginning, like, oh, my rewards are disappearing. They're not. If you've got 4 PSM pending to collect, it'll bind them in the same transaction. So you'll withdraw your rewards when you delegate more coins in, basically, just so if anyone comes and plays, it says you're asking that question. I think it was you, Randall, that discovered that first, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say that was me. I was some people that came by and said, hey, wait a minute. My 5 Prysm is gone. And, oh, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That was day one, just testing it out. So
yeah, that was fun. That was cool, man.
That was fun.
You know, I was so busy that day, and I was like, because you guys, you know, with TCL and you know, and Bob, you guys have crazy hours, so it's like I'm sitting there going, I can't even get tech support, man. My guys are asleep, or that's not good though. No, but
send me some coins.
Yeah. But here's a question, Bob, and this is a simple one for you. This is a good one. This is probably one of the you're going to hear this all over the place. You know, how does Prysm plan to attract and onboard users, developers, and businesses to the platform? You know, and what are the strategies that are in place? There it is.
Well, there's one of the doors that we can knock on. Someone's calling.
That was me, guys. Sorry.
Obviously, like I showed you before, Babylon joining their network and stuff, other chains would have seen us. And when we go mainnet and obviously IBC, there'll be a lot of other chains that, you know, that will see us. So just visibility will be there, but also, you know, at the moment we're not funded, but we will need to be funded. And with funding means that we have more opportunities to do things, more conventional things. So something like this, like Chorus One, they're a VC, aren't they, Bob? And look, you can see that they're committed to injecting 30 million into POS networks this year. So, and they believe in the next 10 years, at least 10% of humanity's economic activity will run through POS. So, not proof of authority, proof of POS. So yeah, so there's things like this, but we just want to get there first. We don't want to say anything. We don't want to. At the moment, we're just reaching out to other chains and integrating where we can. And like I said, Jackal we were speaking to.
Yeah.
I'll bring up their page. You like Jackal, don't you, Bob? For the encrypted storage.
That I do. Good guys over there.
I like those guys. Those guys were cool, man. You know, and the front of the meeting, you know, they didn't say let's get to business. They actually wanted to get to know us, you know, and talk a bit. And I mean, it was like it didn't feel like a business, you know, meeting. It felt really cool. Like these guys, and these guys are like they're human beings, and I love that part. But back to that one, the chorus one that you just showed, that goes back to one of my favorite quotes, and this is how we're going to do it. I guess to the question that you had, Chris, you know, how are we going to do this? You know, how are we going to onboard app, you know, developers, users, whatever. We're going to first, you know, and one of my favorite things that I like to say to myself is first, tell people what you intend to do, but first show them. And I believe that's what we're doing. And that's why we're walking quietly with the big stick right now. We're in the back. That's why we've been quiet. That's why no one's out here doing lives every day. Cause you know, these guys are working on this thing tirelessly, you know, so much work going into this, and you guys are seeing the fruit of that. I mean, you guys are seeing a lot of fruit. You guys have no idea what it's taken to get to this place, but didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all right. No, it's Chorus One. It's one of a few that have been recommended, a few that we're going to contemplate reaching out to. But we just need to get ARM boxed off, do the coin list. So that'd be like an ICO. So obviously that you won't get the same bonuses that you get with ARM. You don't have to buy ARM. It's not to say that. It's just I'm an ARM holder, so some of the team members, we want, you know, to be looked after, and therefore everyone else is looked after. So if you've got ARM, we're making sure that you always have an edge. But what was I going to bring up now? I was going to bring something else up. I brought up Jackal. So this is Jackal chain. and they obviously they specialize in decentralized storage, encrypted. And this is we had a meeting with them. Was it Wednesday? We spoke with them.
That's awesome.
Was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday
Yeah, it was
morning.
Wednesday. So we just kind of like meet and greet and say who we are, and they were quite pleased that we reached out, weren't they? They were.
Yeah. They were like, so tell us. I mean, it wasn't like, okay, what do you guys want? They were like, so we're a little intrigued here. What are you guys doing? What's going on over there? Because you guys just kind of popped up on the scene, and you can get that vibe from them. It was cool. It was really cool. But these are guys that are doing, they're not. It was just. I think they were walking very, like with some humility in that meeting, because these guys are already making things happen, right? They're already.
Yeah.
And they're taking notice. So it was cool. It was cool to actually to interact with these guys. And I'm looking forward to whatever we can do with them. Because we will.
Yeah, carry on.
No, because we're going to need storage, 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, essentially, me and Bob were talking about this the other night. We've reached out to them and we were kind of just asking the question: what would it look like? What would an integration? Because they're not integrated yet, have they, with anyone, Bob? I don't think. Have they?
No, just applications that are built on top of them or using the existing providers.
Yeah. So we were just wondering, the question was, what can we do together and what would that look like and how can that be done via IBC and how can it be secure? And, I'm not too sure, but maybe one day you could see something like this app, essentially like your Google Drive or OneDrive, but decentralized, encrypted, baked into, say, the Prysm dashboard somehow.
So
it'd be another option on here.
I see it now, so I'm going to make that happen. I want.
So it'd be a one-stop shop. You can come and stake, check out your validators, look who's been naughty, drop up, download your CV.
Yeah. I'm a big. My usage in cloud storage is it's my business model for what I do. Off chain. And but personally, iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, I have terabytes. I want to be able to put it on my own blockchain. You know what I mean? That I'm a part of this. It's not only my storage, but it's my network. Not just mine, guys, but everybody that's involved in it. The team, the community, the investors, the stakers, whatever. So that's to me, it's a big deal because now I'm gonna feel like, man, I'm not waiting for Apple to come out with the latest thing or Google. We're doing it. I love it. I'm just excited about it. It's amazing.
So that was the other thing I was going to show you guys. This is where we're most likely going to go. So any of you who are interested, you can go and create an account and get set up now. So this is obviously CoinList. It's basically a place to launch an ICO. It's quite a legitimate platform, a very legitimate platform. Not some weird little launch pad that, like Panda Finance, I think we launched ARM on or something, some weird little backstreet, launch pad. So this is CoinList. So this is where we're probably going to go once we've got ARM boxed off. And the reason why we're doing that is obviously because we just get that chapter closed and we don't want people to go here and then be like, oh, if I bought ARM, I'm going to get 200% bonus, 2 years vesting. And, we want people to, go here. So get ARM done and then CoinList. And then we can move forward and see what our options are in terms of seeding pools and stuff on Osmosis and Dexes and stuff. But it's all grassroots, remember. So
it is.
But we're getting there. We're speaking to the right people, definitely. Thanks to Mr. Bob. Yeah,
it's not what you know. It's
you almost said it. You almost said it.
Yeah, no, I nearly said it's I almost said it. Yeah,
the proper name.
The proper name. Yeah. But so it's looking good. Bob's excited. I'm excited. Bob's putting a lot of work, everyone, as well. Like a serious amount of work, not funded. He's done everything on his own. Added every module to his own. Modified modules on his own. He's had some assistance with a couple of colleagues in the space that he's works with and stuff. But he's done everything pretty much single-handedly. So if you're in the Discord, don't forget to show your appreciation to Bob. I just make things look nice. Bob actually makes stuff work. So I just make nice pictures.
He's like, I just bought some Crayolas. What do I do with them? And Bob's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to create some lines for you to color in. So, and connect the dots.
Yeah.
Basically. But it's okay. You know, a man's gift will make room for him. So it's all good. And
Yeah.
you know, Bob has said from the very beginning, like I'm speaking for Bob. I'm not obviously, but I'm just saying, I'm just kind of echoing. He's like, look, this is bigger than me. You know, it's going to take all of us and then some. You know, and that's the truth. You know, and he's been very transparent about that. You know, he's and I'm excited. I'm blessed to be a part of this thing. You know, so we all are. It's happening. Why? Because we want it to happen. The community wants it to happen, so it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's all
100%.
open source too. So if you want to come do something, like I'd tell everyone to just get involved. Like if you want to do something, you don't have to ask for permission. Don't need anyone to tell you. Yeah, like you could just come and get involved. You want to mint NFTs, like right there on the dashboard, you could just upload, you know, your smart contract, grab the code if you want to spin up a node. If you want to launch a chain, you could use the command line interface. We've got like a little cheat sheet put together. We still have some more to do, like more commands to add to it and build it out a bit more, but you can get involved in governance. You can get involved with spinning up a validator. You could build an application on Prysm. You could launch a chain on Prysm. You could open up relays. Like if you have a chain that you have in mind that you want to connect to, like if you want to connect to like Archway or Axelar, whatever, you have something in mind, you can just, it's permissionless. You can come set up a relay, open it up to that chain and just start relaying. If you want to relay to Bitcoin, for example, you just start doing that. So you don't have to ask for permission, and that's like the biggest thing that we need. Like we're aiming for being decentralized. So there isn't like anybody at the top. There's no CEO who's like, you know, sending down orders to people. Like you can come do your thing, set up, develop, do whatever, you know. So yeah, just tell people to get involved.
There it is. I think of all the things that you've just the nuggets that you've given us, the gold pieces, the gold Bitcoin, the golden coins that you've given us tonight, Bob. I love that the most. That just get involved, like literally do it, right? So he's telling you, you know, it's permissionless, guys. If you have an idea, bring it. Now there are those in the community that will help you if we can, you know, and there's so many resources. Like, you know, when I was first getting into this, I mean, I was like, hey, Bob, you know, I don't know how to set up a node or a validator. He just started, he didn't hold my hand because he's too busy to do that. But, you know, he said, look, this is what you do. And he sent me he sent me the resources to do it. And it's not that it's easy. It takes work. You got to put work into it. But he's not keeping secrets here. Like, no, it's mine. You know, only I can do it. Guys, you can get involved if you really want to. That's what's going to make this chain so special. Because it really, the goal is absolutely, and that's what I was going to say, Bob, is decentralization at the end of the day. Everything that's going on in the world, you know, the government, you guys know how I feel about all that stuff, decentralization, crypto has to stay decentralized. We have to be self-regulating, you know.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So Prysm is the way I can say, I want to be we should do it. We need to self-regulate. Now, you guys heard me many times in a lot of lives that I've been, you know, I don't want the government to come in and regulate. And the only way we can keep them out is that we keep this decentralized, you know, and so that's why I'm excited about this, you know, and it's open source, guys. So,
and another thing as well, just on the back of what Bob was saying as well, get involved. Even if what we're pitching doesn't float your boat, which is absolutely fine, go and have a look at Cosmos. Just go and have a look. Get away from BSC for a little bit and go and have a look at this fantastic world where you know
it's so cool.
It's like grown up. It's like crypto grown up, and I know Bob was saying like
there it is right there. It's grown up.
Yeah, but like, you know, one thing I noticed when I go around all these sites that are to do with they've got all their stuff open source, and you can see their GitHub, and you can check their code. You don't need to see their face. They don't show their faces really because you don't need to, because it's all in the code. You know, it's. You know, when you got a project where people are calling themselves CEO and all this sort of stuff, and you know, I minted ARM in like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm never going to call myself a CEO. Like, it's not, you know. But yeah, go and have a look at Cosmos and go and see the massive difference. You know, I think Bob said to me once, when people start putting pictures and call them stuff. It's like the first red flag on BSC.
Oh, so that would be tip number one, Bob. Right? If they're showing their faces,
if they're showing their faces,
Yeah.
and
No,
they don't have open source code, and they're calling themselves, president of the United States.
I remember those were the conversations back in the day. Was like, like we showed his driver's license, and Bob's like, so. I don't mean nothing, man. Let me see. I don't want to see your driver's license. Show me the code, and they never did. And we know where that led us. So yeah, the code speaks for itself, and that is truly open source. That's the beauty of open source. So everyone's checking everyone else. Checking the work.
Yeah,
checking the work. So
yeah, it even says it right there on the dashboard. It has like all the dependencies, everything we used to pretty much build not only the dashboard there, but the chain itself. Like if you'll see like Prysm app. Somewhere right there, right? So you can just scroll right there and see everything that we.
The apps. Yeah, there it is. Versions and everything. Yeah, I remember you showed that. That's sick, man. That's so sick. Talk about transparency, guys.
Yeah.
It's all down there. Go look under the hood.
Yeah,
you can spin up. You can state sync right there on the. You could check out everything's there. And then if you want to spin up a node or whatever, you can sync to one of our RPCs that we've got running right there, the GitHub. Everything's available. So
everything. I've always wanted to look under the hood in other projects, and they just pop the trunk. And Bob goes, "Let me show you what the under the hood looks like." And this is it right here. So it's like, whoa, shit. It's cool.
Another thing as well, I just wanted to kind of just get out there as well, which is. I was thinking about today as well, that people like this as well, they're gonna. I would like to think that what we've got so far would be something to be of some interest at least, and would open at least lines of communication. But our burn rate is like 0 because it's all out of our own pocket. Our burn rate is.
Could you say that one more time for me, please?
Our burn rate is 0. Like
0.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if I had a salary. It'd be nice if we all had a salary. But I have a day job. I wake up. This is a Saturday. Thank God this is a Saturday. But I have a day job. These guys have a day job. One day maybe we can work at this full time.
Yeah.
Hopefully also. But yeah, 0 burn rate. I mean, I don't know. If you want something to be successful, in most cases you have to sacrifice something.
That's right. That's right.
Without sacrifice, generally there isn't success.
It's all about.
Yep.
And if I had $1 million, then I would be definitely working for free. So yeah. So speaking to people like this, when you've got a burn rate that's just insane, like you just won't get. I can't imagine you're going to get taken serious by people like this. So just like I said, even if you're not interested in us, go and check out Cosmos. There's loads of chains there. There's Kajura is one of the ones I really like. I had some stuff staked on there, and they did really well recently as well, didn't they, Bob? The price. And so just go and have a look at Cosmos. It's a world of difference compared to like BSC.
Tons of videos on Cosmos, guys. Just go Google or YouTube Cosmos. It's literally, if you were to Google or you go to YouTube and Binance, you're gonna get someone shilling a token or something or some degen right? You Google Cosmos, you're getting devs and people in that community going, this is what it is. This is how you get involved. This is why it's secure. I mean, you're literally, it's like you're walking into a college rather than to a freaking frat house, which is what Binance is. So what as TCL saying is, check it out. If you do anything, check out Cosmos. It's worth
when I was
the
saying
time.
about Grown Up as well, for instance. I mean, it doesn't work for all chains, obviously, because you need to be, you need to have the doors open. But QG is, it's semi-permissionless, isn't it, Bob? People need to put proposals in to launch smart contracts, don't they, on Kajura?
Yeah, when it comes to smart contracts, they could be voted on. I mean, you could put in the proposal, you can put in as many as you want, but to upload to the chain, it's got to be voted on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so if you were looking for somewhere that's quite kind of like, I don't know, you could kind of call that like the Apple of blockchains in a way, like the locked app store.
Oh, these guys right here.
You're not going to get people, banging out.
So I can't get my app. There's an 8-week process, whereas Play Store that you like, it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes.
8 minutes. It's straight through. It's straight.
Yeah, with Google Play Store, if I make an app, you can literally see me post it, and you go, oh, look, this guy just posted an app. Let me create a fake one, and it get posted right next to mine. That's the Google Play Store, but that's a conversation for another day. But I like this. Look at Juris. So that's why it's semi permissionless because of that, right? It's because of their vetting, their insurance. I mean, that's cool that they're doing that. I get it, but
Yeah, you can't. Obviously that limits your growth, like because
Sure.
it's it's vetted. But that's where like BSC and other things they see the volume they see because people are making tokens and contracts every second. 99% of them
now.
obviously you fall foul of, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you that's what I'm saying about Cosmos being a little bit more grown up. If you come and have a look, you'll find these things out, and you'll be like, oh, and this is that just come and take a look. It doesn't have to be us. But we hope, I mean, that the way we're building Prysm and the way it's going and the way that we envision it is that Prysm is more than just a blockchain. It'll be an ecosystem that Prysm will be the backbone of.
Love it.
And you'll be able to deploy a lot from Prysm. But it's just getting there and, not making promises, but we've done well so far for $0. Well, a few dollars, but not a lot.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But it's not. But it's a few dollars TCL. But we're not going to the community asking for it.
Yeah,
We're not.
And
doing,
if we did,
we're not doing red tag sales. I'm not going to say what they. What I'm saying. We're not selling.
Yeah,
I love it. There's a question that Zima asked. He goes, so we don't have to get KYC if I want to spin up a validator. Bob, you want to answer that for me, please?
Fuck no.
That's no, guys. I'll have to bleep that, Bob. Children listening, but yes. Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I love that. No, can you believe they're asking me to do it again? That's a conversation for another day. But anyways.
Yeah.
Did you see
you don't need
NR's question in the private chat? I don't think he can come off mute because it's so loud where he's at. But
he hasn't joined in a nightclub, has he?
Nah.
Not sure what NR's up to, but I don't think he can.
He's with the family, but he's definitely tuning in, and he's he's out probably at a hotel somewhere. And
so he's asking about Arbitramium. So yeah, so it's had its day, really. I mean, it's going to be good for obviously our initial LP and whatever we can add to it. I mean, worst case, we're just thinking ARM is the only LP because obviously we need to sort other stuff out. So, but once that's done, obviously it's still going to be on Arbitrum, the network. It's still going to be there, but it won't. Maybe some hipsters pick it up in a few years or something. And I don't know. Yeah, move in on it. I don't know, and bring it back to life. But we won't be using it anymore. Once, so look at this token, man. It used to be part of a blockchain.
Dude, I can't even pronounce it, bro.
Arbitrum.
Sounds smart, bro.
It sounds like a really clever guy launched it.
I remember when I was like arbiter, but what? Arbiter, hold on. I had to say it backwards in the mirror. Isn't that what Wolverine's made out of? I was confused and shit. I didn't know.
So that'll be done and dusted. So yeah, once we get over, then it'll be that's it. It's done. But people still trade it if they want to trade it. If they want to hold some, they can still hold some. But obviously we're gonna have to move that LP. It's locked for 10 years, so we're gonna have to do a big But it won't be going off to any exchanges, just so people know. And it'll be a public address as well. Well shared, just to let people know. None of this keeping it safe somewhere else.
Well, we're not doing that?
No. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that. I'm just trying to think what else we got. We've got the ARM vesting that people can go and look at.
That's going to be
VCs.
And I think I'm going to quote Bob. Fuck no, we didn't, Zima. No, we didn't. Good question, there, Zima.
You're getting a little bit of potty mouth on you.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
Yeah, no.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about I'm excited about two things, guys. Obviously, the things that we're showing here tonight. I mean, I'm sure everyone else has been along for the ride is excited too, because they're seeing the fruits of the labor, right? Bob and the guys that have been building this thing, TCL, Randall, and I'm excited about that. But what I'm just equally excited about is the fact that I've got TCL, who's a dear good friend of mine. I've known this guy for over a year now, man. Makes me laugh like no one else, as everybody knows that. I got Randall here. I've known this guy for a year, good friend of mine. Bob, Bob, I wouldn't even known Bob had it not been for some dumbass in Australia. Sorry for the potty mouth, Chris. But and then of course, I've got NR, my brother from another mother. So what I'm excited about, guys, most importantly, or just as equally, is that I'm doing this with people that I trust and that hold me accountable. It's all about integrity, right? at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about when, back to what Bob was saying, that, that anybody can get involved. Just do it, make it happen. It's considered, it's completely open source, guys. So I'm excited about that. Crypto is my last I was going to be my final frontier. Prysm will be my last frontier, if that makes any sense. So
Right.
this is what I'm all about, man.
I just sorry, and I just said check star. I've not been on here for so long. I just didn't know where the star comments were. So is Prysm Wallet going to be released? And if yes, does it need to be released before mainnet? So we've actually spoken, just had a chat with a wallet developer, because there's no kind of wallets at the moment that, if I stand, correct me if I'm wrong, Bob, if I say anything that's out of place, but there's no wallets that kind of accommodate everything that Prysm can do or all its functions. So we would need to look at.
Oh,
yeah.
You see what he's talking about in the private chat there?
What?
I didn't even think about that. I'd like to know more about that.
Yo, yeah. Go on, Bob. Talk about
So the native coins.
Oh,
yeah. Go on, Bob. People want to hear everything, Prysm, Bob. If you've got something to say.
So the question, everybody, is native coins. What's this all about? And Bob's going to go into what the thought process is on this. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, native coins are all available, again, using IBC. So you also have USDC came out with their own blockchain. That chain is called Noble, which they mint USDC from Noble. So they're all native USDC. And through IBC, we can tap into that chain and get USDC. So it's not USDC on Ethereum or USDC on Solana, right? As we all saw, that their stablecoin tanked when that FTX thing started happening.
Yeah.
On that like wormhole bridge or whatever, and they have like 1,000 derivatives. So you don't have to deal with all these different types of like wrap tokens on this chain or that chain, and having to worry if something's happening that you're trying to bridge back over, or and dealing with all these like centralized bridges. Like with IBC, there's no one between you and your account on that other chain. So you send to that chain as you would normally, right? So if you have USDC on Prysm and you need to get back to Noble, no one's taking custody of your assets ever. So they never go into somebody else's possession. They always stay in your possession. You could also run your own relay or push. So if your transaction for some reason like gets timed out like 5-10 seconds after you send it, and it's just kind of pending, you can push that transaction through, right? So you can go check on the relayer and push it through if you need. I mean, usually it doesn't happen, but say it does happen, because no one's taking possession of your coins ever. And so you could hop from chain to chain. You can use whatever coin. You could use Bitcoin. You could use Atom. Use Prysm, and you can send to different chains. And I think that's one of the biggest points, is that you never, ever at any point in time give up custody of your assets.
The only thing Prysm is responsible for, Bob, via the IBC transmission there, is just moving it from chain to chain. That's it. We're not holding on to it, right? Like, as you said, there's no bridge involved. You said something that caught my attention. You said that you can build your own relay. Explain that for me if you can. Like, what? I mean, it goes back to it being permissionless, right? I mean, you can build. If you want to build your own relay, do it, right?
Yeah, so you just get the software, right? You install
Yeah.
Prysm. If you wanted to go, say, like Prysm to Osmosis, you would simply just spin up a node, and what we're using is called IBC Go. So it's IBC and Golang. And all you have to do is spin up two different nodes. So if you want to go Prysm to Osmosis or Prysm to like Secret Network, you would spin up a Secret Network node and a Prysm node, and now you've got that channel open. And you could just relay back and forth. You could send to Secret Network, which, by the way, would immediately wrap your coin. So once you send to Secret Network, it turns into what they call a snip token, which encrypts it, turns it private. So all your balances and your transactions are kept private and encrypted. So you have to use a viewing
can they
key.
see the sending address? But then when they go to look it up, it's just garbage, right? They can't. It's encrypted, right? So it's that privacy.
Well, like say on the Explorer, it'll just say that a certain address interacted with a private
Yeah.
smart contract. So
It's beautiful.
people aren't going to be able to see where you sent it to, what the balance is. All those details are encrypted, kept private,
So
unless
huge.
you were to give up that viewing key, like willingly. Like if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted you to see my balances, I would give you that viewing key. You'd put it in, and you'd be able to then see all those transactions. I could also give you a
That's so
permit
huge.
to only view one transaction.
Wow. So you can go down to a granular level. I mean, straight up permission. I mean, down to just one transaction.
Yeah.
So man, that's just the encryption. I mean, that's huge. That's just have so many. That has so much potential, and I would say, just with, we hear about blockchain. Everything's on the blockchain, and it is obviously right. But if for a company that wants to move, if I have a company and I want to bring say I have a company or a project I want to bring to Prism, and I don't want to expose my customers' personal information, right? If I'm moving some sort of contract across the chain, I love that I can encrypt it. It's all about encryption, essentially, right? Encryption. I love that we can do that. It's beautiful. I mean, there's so much potential for this, guys. So much potential. I mean, my mind's just racing. So thanks for that explanation on that. The relay, how you can do it, and why you would do it. It's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, so this is
Yeah, if
the
you
actual
wanted to do an
secret
NFT,
networks.
you could
Well-
encrypt all aspects of that NFT. So all that metadata you could encrypt, or if you want like certain parts of that metadata made available, you can choose to do so. You could just give up the viewing key. You could create like permits for certain parts of it. So it's like you have complete control over like all your data. You can do whatever, like if you want to show it, if you don't want to show it, that's all with the user. The user can decide what they want to share, or if they don't want to share at all.
It's beautiful. So it puts
kinda-
power back into your hands. I mean, it's my bank, it's my account, my money, right? Decentralization. I love it. There's no more.
I like to think of Prism as being like the infrastructure, like all the tools and infrastructure are there. Then it's up to the users to decide
Yeah.
how you want to use it,
the
what you want to
innovation
build
is
on it.
There it is. We're giving them the tools, and it's up to them to be innovative and creative and build. So basically, we're building an app store essentially and we're giving them the SDK and.
Well,
I love it.
Bob's currently working on, and obviously that's another thing pending before going live is our own developer kit as well.
Beautiful.
Prism developer kit. So,
Man, it's
that-
exciting,
that's
guys.
needed.
Was that? Did I hear Merry Christmas? Thank you, thank you, Bob. I'll
Yeah,
take two.
A lot of work for one person.
Yeah, it is. No, we're gonna take care of that for sure. We know he's no man is an island unto his own. His work has not gone unnoticed, and he's asked for help. When he's the thing about this guy is he asks for it only when he needs it. You know what I mean? But he needs it when he's like, guys, I need help because I'm doing 80 million things over here. So I can do that one more million, but give me some help. But
I know, I'm always throwing stuff at Bob. I'm like, hey, I just said this. He's like, we can make that work.
yeah, he's
We
like,
can make that work.
let me get right on it. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, no. Did you say that publicly? Yeah.
I guess I got to do it now. But
yeah, that's another week. I'm not going to see daylight. Thanks,
Yeah, right.
TCL. I was like, oh.
it's all good
But
though.
yeah.
But you're seeing the fruits of it. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love the fact that you just dropped that news. Working on our own kit, our Prism, developer kit. That's amazing.
It's in the trailer as well. It's in the trailer that we played at the beginning. It does say our own unique developer kit as well.
One of my best friends that I was in business with in IT, he now owns a developer. He owns a software development company. He wants to get into crypto. His devs are all like, they're not crypto developers. But I'm like, if I can say, well, hold on, get your team of developers, and we've got some kits for them that, and of course, right, Bob, you being a developer, it's like you guys just need to know, what tool, what do I need, what's the language and all those things. So, and if we provide that to them, right, and the how-tos and then it's up to the developer to make it happen. But so I just love the fact that we're going to be providing that. That's another thing that I can bring to a lot of my colleagues off chain that are wanting to get into crypto and why Prysm is the way to go. So thanks for that.
Another thing just to take note as well is that, I mean, Bob, you've lived in this space. How long now? You've been in Cosmos since the beginning, haven't you?
Yeah, since the initial white paper came out.
Yeah, so I mean, Bob knows exactly what's out there, what's needed, where the cracks are, what he wants to see, and he's, so it's become a passion project for him. So, yeah, I mean, that's a massive advantage that someone who's in the know. So I see some people question Bob in some places, and and follow other things that I think is a bit out there. But yeah, he knows his stuff. And he'll share. If you DM him, I mean, people are always DMing you, aren't they, Bob? Asking you things, and you're always answering back. So, you have anything to ask. I mean, don't slow him down. But I'm just saying, he's always willing to share.
Yeah.
I think he's like the human equivalent of Google. I mean, he comes out with so many links to documents instantly.
I know, man. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to catch up. Like,
Bob, can we do this? He goes, yeah. If we use this module and this module, and he fires me 2 GitHubs, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
when I try to catch up in Discord, and I was trying to catch up this week, and I'm like, he's got like 20 freaking links in there. I'm like, hold on, man. I got to figure out because you said one word and then he just says, hold my beer, and he goes and says, bam, he just shotguns you, and I'm trying to catch up. But what I love is there's it's not his answers. He's like, he doesn't have the answer. Everything what Bob is saying is, I have a community that has the answers, and join the community, guys, and you're gonna learn as I have. So it's good stuff, man.
It is. Yes, that's the secret page I was just showing. I just got it up on the screen while Bob was talking about, obviously, using secret. What else is there? There's a couple of other things we're going to say as well. I can't remember. We did the vesting. We've done that. We've shown Jackal. Coin list. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, really, it's just we still keep working on the chain's pretty much nearly done, isn't it, really, isn't it? Well, it's just playing with a couple of modules, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah. The developer kits, and I guess just like some interfaces. So to build out the token factory, I guess just to make it easier for people if they want to like upload a smart contract, or if they don't know how to use Linux to be able to put in a proposal, we need that front end built. So I mean, all these features are already there in the chain. So if somebody were to grab it from the GitHub, spin up, everything we've talked about, they'd be able to do. So it's just us now having to build up all these front ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're hoping those in the community do it, right? Like, hey, I can spin up a node or a server and build a Linux, add-in. If you can't build it, please.
If they want to, get an Explorer running, if they don't like this Explorer or this dashboard, they can, there's tons of other ones that are open source that they can go grab and build off of, or they could just build their own. If they want to build like their own front end for the token factory to be able to mint native coins or do whatever, they could do that. They could, yeah,
the gearbox is there. You just come and put your own gear stick in, and the way you like it.
Gear stick. For those of you that don't know what he's talking about like here in the States, we have a manual transmission and an automatic.
You call it stick, is it?
We call it stick drive.
Can you drive stick? And everyone's like, no.
I drive. You do 6 speeds.
Trump said, don't use stick. Make America good. We drive. I mean, they're getting more popular over here. The automatics, but no, it's manual for me for now. So
I thought they rode scooters out there.
No, not here. No. This is the general America thing where they just think Europe is a country and go Europeans.
Yeah.
No, France, Italy,
everywhere,
and everybody thinks because I'm in Texas, I own a horse.
We do have people on scooters, but they're just like delivery drivers in London and stuff, and a couple of people
the little people,
like 16-year-olds, like young kids.
He's like the peasants drive scooters, but not. No,
we're very much a car country. We're not a truck country. We're very car.
Well, I remember you told me one time that I think you were traveling it was a couple months back, and you were doing some remote work, and you and I were going back and forth because I was like, well, I got my truck, I got fuel's going up, And you're like, when you see a truck out there, it's like, okay, that guy's paying crazy. Must be making
Oh yeah, it's insane. Yeah,
because of just the cost of fuel. Chris
I
and
walked past
I,
one of those.
we got gas guzzlers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We
Well,
get that.
talking about gas, Prysm won't be a gas guzzler.
There
Just
it
so you know,
See what I did there? You see what I did there? Prysm is going to be on the European ecosystem where it's not going to be burning gas. No, it's going to be very low gas, but which is what I love as well, right?
Yeah, but that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to cover right now. I think.
Yeah, unless you guys got some comments in the
unless there's some questions
or questions in the chat. Yeah,
the questions I had, you guys answered.
We answered. Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad we did because there's some good, well-rounded questions, and I know we're pretty. Bob, I appreciate you taking the time, and answering them. And what I loved most was the pro tips, man. I mean, you may think that's simple. You should. Anybody knows that. No, everybody should know that. No, they don't. And then when you hear it from a guy that's actually building the networks, it kind of means a lot. So appreciate that, man. Really do. And guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch it. We're going to post them in Discord. But he gave out 4 good tips on how to stay sane in the crypto space, guys. How to stay active. But I think his biggest takeaway was get involved. You got to stay active. You got to stay involved. You got to learn. No one's going to save you guys. I mean, and what he means by that, at least my take on that is, if you think someone's going to hold your hand, there are people out there that want to help you, but there are more people out there that want to take advantage of you. They're like, yeah, I'll help you here. Let me get the keys to your server. I'll help you validate. And next thing you know, you're Nolan's trying to, NR's trying to, it's trying to buy your node back.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was joking.
A private check. Oh yeah. Sorry, Bob. Bob, you should just come out with this stuff. We'll just shut up. Bob will now talk about liquid staking.
Ooh, liquid staking.
Now this is something we needed to play with because I kind of threw this in with the ARM vesting as well. Liquid rewards, liquid stake. Okay. Well, liquid rewards, liquid stake are different, but yeah, let Bob can talk about liquid staking. So
yeah, let her rip.
Go on, Bob.
Oh well, that's I guess another part of staking that's sort of been an issue is when you lock up your coins to secure the chain, now those coins are inaccessible. So they're liquid, they're not really doing anything, right? With liquid staking now, you could issue a native coin that now you could trade those coins that are staked. Now you could trade them and you could still earn on them. So you could still tap into that liquidity that's now locked up. And yeah, it opens a lot of possibilities now.
Well, Bob, how would that work? I'm just a little confused. I'm intrigued by what you're saying, and I would be one that I'm going to be staking. So you're saying that what I'm staking, I could earn off of? Is that?
Yeah. So when you do like liquid staking and you choose that option instead of the traditional way, you get issued a liquid staking derivative.
Okay.
And so those coins get staked to a validator as normal, and that coin is still earning rewards. So those rewards are still earning, and they're going into they then go into a stake pool. That stake pool then goes and distributes to those who are liquid staking. Okay. So you're still earning on those coins, and that coin can still be traded. So you could then trade that to me, or if I go to an LP and I buy those liquid staking coins, I could then go and redeem them always at a 1-for-1. And the idea behind liquid staking is to tap into that liquidity. And at times you get you get to arb a bit, but sometimes a liquid staking derivative may be say a liquid staking Prysm would be 1.1 native Prysm right? So it's a little bit more than the native coin. And so you can arb a bit. And the idea is that you can always redeem it 1-for-1 and unbond it as you would, or just unstake it and get those coins. So it's just a way to tap into that liquidity, in other words, so that you can still trade on it.
No, that's
not just all sitting there. Because if you stake 80% of your supply, that's 80% of your coins, right, that are now illiquid. You only have 20% of those coins to do. for LPs or for just trading, holding, whatever. So it makes those accessible.
And
And
before the
so-
Babylon
so-
integration, then your unbonding could be like 2 weeks as well, couldn't it, Bob, or 28 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was the
So
issue
that's-
with Terra. It had 28 days. So once people saw the depegging happen, and that happened to me too, I had a ton of Luna staked, and there was no way that I was going to unstake it in that like day, right? Because it had to go through the unbonding process. So when Black Swan was happening, I was pretty much right. Those coins that I had staked was screwed. This at least now, that's just an example. Like if that were to happen or something like that, a Black Swan, whatever situation, you get to tap into those coins in 2 hours rather than 28 days or 14 days.
That's huge. That's huge. That is huge. So T-Cell, you just woke up one night and said liquid staking, and then you threw it at him. Or how did that come up?
No, it was the liquid reward. So basically, the vested amount, obviously being looking at putting the vested amounts that people obviously put in from ARM into a validator. But the thing is that they would be subject to the pitfalls of when you stake as well, because you've got things like slashing and tombstoning and things that are there to kind of keep validators in shape and keep them in check.
Yeah.
So there is that as well that we're kind of looking at, and can that be, what can we do? That might be something that people have to deal with. I don't know. We'll kind of update people with that with an announcement, but we'll see what we can do. But essentially, I proposed earning rewards on what's vested, so people would still get something to play with. They can pick it up as we go along.
I like it.
Liquid staking also taps into other chains. If you want to come stake like Atom, you could come stake Atom on Prysm. So it also, we could tap into all that other liquidity from other chains. Like if you want to stake Kajira, if you want to stake Atom, if you want to stake Light Whale, Osmosis, all these other, Celestia, which is, one that just recently released in this past week, and it's like already in the top 50 at market cap. So this liquid staking helps us not only tap into those coins that we have bonded on our chain, but we get to also tap into the staked coins on other chains as well. And that we could also reward people who are staking on Prysm with all these other coins as well.
I like that. That's amazing. You said you can stake from other pulling liquidity from the other chains, or tapping into it. Man, that's
for example, if you go to Kajira and we go to stake, when I staked here, and Bob will know, I was picking up like 20, 30 different coins. I think I was getting fractions at the bottom and more of others, obviously, but I was getting rewards in quite a number of different coins from the ecosystem. So,
and you just go in and claim them and
yeah. So obviously, I staked Kajura and thought that I was going to be getting just Kajura, but I wasn't. I was getting a lot more. I was getting.
Now, did you ask to get those other coins? Or
no, it was just maybe Bob can brush on why I was getting so many different ones. I think it's just what the validators wanted to, or what people chose to pay in. Is that right, Bob?
It's just complete revenue sharing. So everything that's earned on that chain, so everything that gets traded on the DEX, that swap fee, that I think it's 0.3% right now in Kajira. It might be 0.5. But all those coins that are getting traded, that swap fee it goes to everybody who's staking, all of it. The liquidity pools, if you mint USK, which is the stable coin for Kajira, the borrowing, lending, right, the interest rates, all that, everything is split with stakers. People that interact with smart contracts and they're paying gas fees, everything, 100% it's split up back to everybody who's staking. And we've implemented that same system for Prysm. So everything that's earned on Prysm goes to stakers, whether it's using our DEX module. So if you build a DEX on Prysm, all those fees for the transactions, the gas, all that gets split back to everybody who is staking.
True revenue sharing. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Sharing the wealth, like for real this time. I love it, man. I love it. Love it.
Yeah. All grown up, see.
We should have led with this, guys. We should have led with this one. This is amazing. No, thanks for bringing that up, Bob. That's good stuff, man. Damn, it's getting
You could
more
also pay your
exciting.
gas fees in USDC if you wanted. You could pay them in Osmosis. Any other coin that's IBC enabled, if you want to pay your fees in Bitcoin, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
choose when you're doing your transaction and you're signing the transaction. You could, if you've got other coins
You can
in
pay
your
in
wallet
that.
on
I hate,
Prysm, yeah.
I hate not having like crap. I don't have enough Ethereum. You know, I got to go top up my
Yeah.
Ethereum wallet. I hate that. It's always just. This is beautiful because I can go. Well, I've got whatever some other. I've got BNB or Bitcoin or something. I can pay the fees. And that right there is a game changer, guys. And it's not like we're the only ones doing it. It's just we're doing it as well, right? Which is going to be the standard, guys. So understand that there's going to be some innovation that we're going to do. That we hope to set ourselves apart from the rest. That's ultimately what all businesses want to do. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we come in. We through the gates. We're the standard. We got all the boxes checked. Man, I love this stuff. It's so cool.
Obviously, people who are primarily EVM and haven't touched anything IBC. I mean, anyone who's watching this stream now won't be familiar with these, the dashboards and the things that you can do and the options and the, this is what I said about, radio and television. This is.
Yeah, they're like, why is it in dark mode? Because finance guys is light mode.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Put it. Jesus.
Binance, there it is.
Yeah.
No, there it goes.
Yeah.
EVM.
So, but come have a play and see and just have a play with the. We'll send you some coins if you ask for them, and we'll have some sort of faucet soon so you can get it around the clock. But
hey TCL, you want to show where in the Discord they can post their Prysm address, and then where to request some coins?
Yes.
Because the more people we have playing in this thing, testing it essentially, the quicker we can get to mainnet, guys. So this is actually important. So if you don't got any coins, you don't have any Prysm.
If you come down to the development hub, go to the testnet forum, and there's a thread for coin request, and you just post it in there, and someone will. Oh, it's kind of created. Yeah, it was bigger before. I created a new thread for it because it's a channel before. So yeah, it's just here. You just post your address, and then we follow it and we'll give you a transaction ID and stuff. So
yep. And we recommend you guys reaching out to others in the community that have a wallet, have an address, and you guys send some Prysm to each other.
Just ask for some now, actually. So
there it is.
I'll send some, shall I? I send some. PSM, paste the address in. Oh, did I do something wrong? Did I? Oh, it's got the whole message in. That's why. Take that out. There you go. Send you 1,000 PSM. Approve. And there we go. It's sent.
And look at that. He paid gas fees with his Bitcoin. I'm joking.
Yeah. And you can also kind of do transactions from another account as well with interchain accounts, can't you, Bob?
With interchange accounts? Say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with interchain accounts, you can do transactions from another account, so you can kind of manage other addresses from one address.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
That's sick because everyone's got multiple wallets, or you should. If you got one wallet, go. You need to just get out of crypto and go back to Wells Fargo, guys. Get one account, but you need multiple wallets, obviously. But so you can manage.
If you want to claim on another chain, you could do that from Prysm. Like if you're staking Atom, you can claim it from Prysm. So using the auth module, you just authorize your account on Prysm to all these other chains. So if you're on, 10 IBC chains and you're staking on 10 different chains, you don't have to go to each one.
It's auto,
and pay
right?
a transaction fee to claim. Yeah, you could just claim one time from Prysm, and all those coins get collected and sent in IBC to Prysm. So now all those coins are claimed in Prysm then.
Yep, that's amazing. And you will be able to see them in your wallet, essentially, right? If you have the tokens.
Oh yeah, right away.
Yeah, right away.
Seconds.
Man, I love that. So that's amazing, guys. That's exciting.
It's good. Another thing I just wanted to say as well, we have had quite a few teams that we've been tagging on Twitter, professional validator teams and developers and stuff. I've had quite a few apply. If any of them catch this, I've replied to a couple of them saying thank you for applying. But yeah, we've got them. Just sit tight. Don't worry. Yeah, we're on it. Just waiting for things to fall in place. But yeah, we've got all your details. And thank you for applying. some people have got some serious hardware as well. Like when Bob said there's people that do this for a living, you know, some of the applications coming from IT as well. I'm like, Jesus, that's a spec. That is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like,
You know, what
I'm like,
hardware have you got?
I
And
look
I'm
at it
like,
and
oh my
go, I'm
God.
like, why in the world would I need a server with those specs? I'm like, I mean,
Yeah, you know, some of these are like,
Yeah.
geez, you
I'm
know,
like,
what the hell are you
okay.
running? But yeah.
hey, I know, right? But but it makes sense now. I mean, now I really understand the, you know, why those specs are needed. So, Bob, you posted a comment. You wanted us to post this link. This is the GitHub to Cosmod, right? Wasm, right? What is this exactly, specifically?
So it's WebAssembly, but in Cosmos they call it CosmWasm. So it's basically, so for people who don't know, it's the smart contract framework for the Cosmos. So instead of using Solidity, WASM is what's used. So WebAssembly is like the main one. A lot more secure than Solidity, a lot more efficient. So that if you want to then upload something to or get a smart contract or whatever, there are templates right there in that GitHub. You can just scroll through it. You can see the NFT contract. You can see one that says CW base, which is like your regular token contract where you can, you know, give it a ticker, give it a name, whatever you want. And then all you have to do is upload it right there where it says CosmWasm on the left side.
Yep. On the left
You
side of
download
our
the
Explorer.
template.
There it is. Connect
Yeah.
the wallet. Yep.
And you could just upload those contracts there. An NFT contract, escrow contract. If you want to do like an interchain token, for example, where you want to create a token, but you want to be able to send it to like all these, you know, all these different chains. If you want to go to like Kava, if you want to go to Evmos, Atom, Osmosis, Terra, I mean, like we'd be here all day naming chains. So you could mint that coin here on Prysm and start relaying to whatever chain you want to go to.
It's beautiful.
Create a multi-sig with accounts on different chains. Say you have an account on Terra, someone has a Terra account, you have a Prysm account, someone has like a secret network account, and you wanted to create a multi-sig with these different accounts, you can do that.
It's beautiful. Thanks for that, guys. So if you guys want to know what he's talking about, or when you play this back, this is the link to use. Don't go Google it. This is the link to use, guys. Screenshot this on your phones, your computers. If you're wanting to do that, guys, this is the actual official link, guys. I don't want you.
Also, just another thing I was going to point out, just while we're in the Explorer as well. So obviously at the moment, this is our Explorer. This is obviously we're showing our chain, but with Prysm, obviously you can deploy your other chains and stuff. So with the Explorer, if you go to, obviously it's just Prysm at the moment, but the Explorer would incorporate other chains in here.
That's where they would be listed if I were to go build a chain.
Yeah. So obviously you can see it's explorerprismchain.com Prysm.
Yeah.
And then if you go to ours, obviously it's uppercase Prysm. But yeah, you go down to all blockchains, there'd be, you know, more down here as they launch and stuff. So
beautiful.
Currently working on the secret network relays and the relays to Nomic tonight. That's what I was working on. Still haven't gotten, I mean, a lot to do, but those are pretty much.
Sorry to take you away from that.
I know, 2 hours time. Like we're not launching until 2026.
Sorry to take you away from what you're working on, but can I get that tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, but you know, definitely get some rest, Bob. I know I know what it is. I work with developers, and man, you guys just never stop, man. I don't know how to do it. But keep doing what you're doing. You know, you've got our support. The community's got, you know, they're supporting you. So let's do this, man. We're building a blockchain. You know what I mean? Like a damn bona fide, real bad, I'm not going to curse, blockchain. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing.
And ARM's done pretty well in the last 24 hours, actually. I think it's up like 11%, I think. I haven't, so I'm just holding
and it's always done well. You know why?
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
Everyone's holding the floor.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It is doing well. Absolutely.
I thought this video would finish rendering, but there we go. Come on, load up.
It's like the chart rendering.
5% in the last 24 hours. Sorry, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's done well. It's 56. I mean, we've never gone below listing price, so it's done well for a 9-month-old DeFi project that's, you know, we've not hyped anyone or anything, apart from obviously Prysm being quite a hypeful thing, you know, like building a chain. But you don't really, you know. But yeah, That's pretty much everything I want to say, really. I just want people to see it working. Let Bob speak a little bit. I don't know if Bob wants to. I mean, I listen to Bob all day long. I mean,
Is there anything that you wanted to throw out there, Bob?
Anything extra that excites you, Bob, that you want to do? Or
I mean, liquid staking was great. That was a good one. That's a damn good one. One I really liked was the paying the gas fees through other. I can pay gas fees with my Bitcoin if I wanted to. Because I got a burner wallet. You know what I mean? I hate freaking that I use. Oh, I got to buy BNB. I always got to take off my burner wallet. But I love this stuff, man. This is going to be good stuff. It looks like you posted the IBC Go as well there, Bob. I'll post it in the comments there.
Yeah, if somebody wants to set up a relay or whatever, they could install Prysm, then go grab that, install that, and all you have to do is go to your config file, right, and it's got everything laid out right there. It'll ask for which chain you want to use, the RPC URL you're going to use for it, chain ID, all the same stuff that you would use for adding a chain to your wallet. You just add it to your config file, and you set up your relay, and you could just start relaying to another chain. And it also helps Prysm as well, because when you open that relay, other users can now come and use that relay as well. Yeah. And they can start hopping back and forth. So the more relays, the better. So if you want to start getting relay nodes out, that would really, really, really help.
All right, community. You've been tasked. If you know somebody, but it makes sense. I mean, that's how we do this thing. I mean, if that's how they know who we are, is because we're opening up these channels.
I want everything to be decentralized. All the infrastructure. I want people to be able to access it. I don't want anything centralized. If you need a relay, and then you can have other users come use it as well. If you want to spin up an RPC just so that you can help balance the load a bit, spin up an RPC. If you want to join as a validator, we have 100 spots right now. Only one spot is taken, so we got 99 more spots. Come spin up a validator, join the set. I would just ask people to come get involved.
There we go. Well, maybe we should start looking at those applications now then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was something I was saying earlier as well, actually, because Mar asked a question about the wallet, and I was saying that about Prysm. We did speak to a wallet, a couple of people that we know, that me and Randall and the guys know, that have got a wallet in the App Store and stuff. And when we actually sat down to have a chat with them about Prysm and all this sort of stuff, they're actually looking at, they're mainly EVM, but they realize this is the future, and they're obviously trying to survive as well. So they're looking at moving into this area. So it could end up being something. Maybe we'll see. But it was quite a good little meeting with them, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
They realized that
they were like, well, we were already looking to do this.
Yeah, we were already looking. Yeah,
because the stars aligned.
Yeah.
You guys know how
they
I
were
feel
waiting
about
for
stars.
us, man. They were waiting for us.
Yeah. So
that was good. But you know what? It's actually been the last two meetings have been like that, guys. All right. They're like, oh, wait, what are you guys doing again? And they're like, hey, we're actually developing in that direction. So, yeah. So I think the instincts of TCL, and then just the experience of Bob, we're at the right place, right time, right? So, we're gonna make it happen, guys.
Yeah. So it's not the tech, it's the people, unfortunately.
1000%.
So find the right people.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean we're nearly on the 2-hour mark, so I don't know. I'm done and dusted. I don't know if we've got no more questions. I'm guessing a lot of people are going to catch this on the replay as well.
Yeah, replay and
guys, we'll post it at a lot of places anyway. But
yeah. There's a lot of good information here.
No, I think there's so much great information. I'm super excited. My questions I had, we went over them thoroughly. It's just I just want to thank you guys. It's a privilege being up here, and I'm a big supporter of everything that you guys are doing. So,
thank you, Chris. Thank you. You guys got anything, NR? Randall? NR's just listening, is he? Is he just listening?
Yeah, he's in a loud place at the moment. He may have something, but
he's in a loud.
Randall, you got anything, buddy, that you want to?
No, I don't have anything. I'm basically just listening to. I love hearing Bob talk.
I know it's cool, right? It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm listening to it for the first time again, and I've been hearing it for a year and a half. But it's like
Bob just whisks us off our feet.
what
doesn't he?
it is. What it is when you hear about it is one thing, but then when you see it happening in front of you, it's
Consider me
another thing.
swooned.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's cool, man. It's so cool.
Right.
I don't have any questions. Bob did a great job. He answered my questions. Bob, you have any last pro tip you want to throw out there for the novices out there, or maybe the pros?
Or something.
Yeah. If not, I mean, any last
Silence.
words, Bob? Yeah. No, I know he's got something, man. He's always the guy's got a lot to say. Bob, any last pro tip? Because I will keep you here all night. I know you want to get to work.
No, we pretty much covered most of it. I would add, since you asked for 5 of them, I guess I would add, look at what your validator or what the set has their gas fee set at.
Hold on. That's going to be number 5.
Sometimes,
right? So validator gas.
Yeah, because they set the validators set the gas fees.
Yep.
So yeah, they can collude, right? If they decide, everybody decides we're going to charge 100 coins for gas fees, and that's what the gas fee is, right? If everybody sets it at 0, then the chain is essentially gasless. So I guess I would put that at number 5, is to check on what validators are charging for their gas, and then
yeah.
Nice.
That's just stuff that you guys should take with you. Write it down. Put it in front of you anytime you jump on a chain. These 5 tips that Bob has thrown out, they apply in the entire space, guys. It's not just for Prysms, for everything you do in crypto. When it comes to the change, this side of the fence here, right? We're not talking about degenning here. It's completely different. No, good stuff, Bob. I really appreciate that. As always, I always learn something when you're in the room. TCL as well, Randall. Like I said, I've been listening to this stuff for the last year, and I feel like I'm hearing it for the first time again. So it's good stuff. Seeing it visually, man, I can't even tell you how excited I am. I remember close to December, we all got together. Remember that, TCO? Last time?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Did you think we'd be here again showing, not talk? We talked about blockchain, but showing it. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing, man.
No. I mean, every day, the only thing I'm grateful for is the fact that we're top of the chain. If you get what I mean, like before you don't really know what's going on, and previous experiences, we know that unfortunately, foul play happens a lot. So to be at the top of the totem pole and know everything's done legit there is nice. There's no behind the scenes from me anymore. So yeah, it's good. I like it. Pure focus is Prysm. So
good.
And hopefully it fosters something quite nice for everyone. And that's it from me. On that note, then,
we'll wrap up. So, Guy TCL, thanks again, man, for coming out of the shadows, as we like to say.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I know I talk to you. We talk just about daily, but thank you for with showing what's been happening the last few months. Bob, of course, man. Right. You got your
making that happen.
Your DNA's all through this, man. It goes without saying. Randall, thank you for always, pushing forward no matter what, man. I mean, Randall's the guy in my ear that says, "Hey, man, I just posted something. Be there at the meeting." He keeps me in the loop by default.
I think Randall got the meeting with Jackal as well. I think.
Yeah, man, he's on it, man.
Yeah,
he's freaking on it, man. He reminded me. I added to my calendar. He's reminding me. He's texting me and stuff. So I appreciate that. NR and I, we run the same circuit here, man. We're trying to run businesses off chain here, but brother from another mother, man. We are super excited about this. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Prysm, Chris. Thanks, man, for being here. You brought some great questions. You really did. And I think there were questions a lot of people are going to have. They're going to rewatch this and the questions that you pose. I think Bob did a great job of answering them. And of course, those 5 pro tips, guys, check them out. We will be posting those things in the Discord, of course. So if that's it, guys, I guess we're ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll see you guys on the blockchain.
Yep.